Hi folks, Dr. Hopewell here. Just wanted to give you a quick kind of an intro to the tag team text analysis group assignment. You're working with the Boundary Spanning Leadership book, and the way this is going to work, it gets complicated, and I've had students have trouble in the past with it, understanding really what it is. So I'm going to try and put it in text and also put it in a video format for you. So basically what I want you to do is to work in your groups to analyze sections of the Boundary Spanning Leadership book. And here's how I want you to do it. Each week you'll rotate. You can figure out who does this each week, but each week somebody's going to create 3 to 5 slides that summarize the main points in the chapter. And I'm talking like brief, really just the main points that are in that chapter, okay? The main sections, the main points, what they are. Then each of you are going to go in using the VoiceThread tool, which I'll talk about in just a minute. And you're going to comment not on summarizing the chapter. I don't care about it whether or not you can summarize the chapter. We're in graduate school here. What I want you to do is to analyze those main points as they relate to your work. So, VoiceThread. What is VoiceThread? VoiceThread is essentially a tool online that you'll sign up for an account, okay? And the first person to start your group will have to create, a PowerPoint slide. Basically, you create it in VoiceThread. It's a PowerPoint slide. Think of it that way. PowerPoint slideshow. Okay. Then each one of you can log on to that. You're going to have to share it in your group area. You have to share the link. Make sure you make it public. You're going to go in, and then what you do is you record your voice on that slide. So say slide 1 is summarizing, chapter 1.1, and it has to do with, what are boundaries, okay? That's not the first point, but what are boundaries? And they're going to describe those boundaries. And you are going to come in and you're going to say, okay, in my organization, Ernst Robot Mason described boundaries this way. In my organization, this is what those boundaries look like. Does that make sense? I hope. What it is I'm really looking for application of the book's concepts to your context. Now, why are we doing this in groups? Why are we doing this on VoiceThread? You can go back, and I hope that you do, and I expect that you do. You go back and listen to what others have said, what others have added, their commentary that they've added to the chapters. Okay. Now, chapter 1 and 2 they're fairly light. Just they're kind of an intro to the book, and so that's going to give you kind of a low stakes opportunity to figure out VoiceThread, to learn how to use it, to learn how it works, and then to go back and listen to what others have to say. Okay, it's a little bit of a technology curve. I understand that. Most people in my classes, at first they're a little bit, what is this? And then they start to use it and they realize, wow, this is actually a really cool collaboration tool. So we are getting uncomfortable. We're moving outside of our own personal boundaries of comfort, and we're using some new technology. We're practicing collaboration. Now, here's another thing that I really want to be sure that you think about. Before you record your post, think about what you're going to say. Okay, I've had people that will, obviously they've written out their monologue and they just read it. And I have people that get on and say, okay, Boundary Spanning Leadership Chapter 1, and then I hear, they're flipping through their pages and they're looking at it, and then it's quiet. Well, they maybe read up, and then they say, okay, well, in my organization, this is what, that is not a professional presentation. Okay, now we're not looking for, a highly polished, highly professional presentation, but we're definitely not looking for, lots of quiet time and pauses and hms and ha's and thinking. Think about it beforehand. If it helps you, write it out and you can read it. If it helps you, just put down some points that you need to consider as you go through. You can do it as audio. You can do it as video if your laptop or your computer has that capability. Ask questions of me on this, okay? First, go in when you get the opportunity to go in and check out the VoiceThread. Go in, sign up for an account, start looking at the examples. That will really help you. And then as that first assignment comes up, look at it as an opportunity to explore and try some of the tools. Okay? I hope you have fun with this. I know that I've enjoyed using VoiceThread. It's nice to hear other people's voices and maybe even see their faces if you can upload a picture of yourself or do the video. That would be great. But it's a nice verbal opportunity to chat, to go back and forth and talk about your things. Now, we can't get everybody online all at the same time. We've got some folks over in Afghanistan. We've got folks in Minnesota. We've got folks in California. So, we can't get online all at the same time. But this is pretty darn close because you get to record your voice, you get to record your thoughts, you get to talk. Okay? And you're going to be doing that for each slide in the presentation for the week. So each chapter or each set of chapters will have their own slide summary. Somebody needs to put those together. This is not a lot of work. Again, it's just the main points, just their talking points for everybody else to jump off of. Okay? Hope you have fun with it and enjoy.